that, his testimony alone might not have been enough, but when you look at all of the experts that have been called so far by the state to talk about the training of Chauvin, what are the proper neck restraints, how he violated policy, how what he did was excessive or not objectively reasonable, then you have to wonder, who can the defense call? What kind of expert or experts can they call and the jury really believes, well, I'm going to believe these experts over everybody that I heard from the state, including, remember, we heard from the chief of police. So who can the defense call?
Well, I'm sure they have a hired gun. I mean, we have experts, and people believe when you go to trial that experts can cancel each other out. The jury wants to decide the case on the facts, not what an particular expert is going to say. But I think they're going to rely on that training. I mean, Minnesota and Minneapolis in particular, seems to have a policy where there are times that placing a knee close to the neck is permissible when you're handcuffing someone. That's unlike most police departments in the United States of America, which say, look, the only time that you could use pressure to the neck is if that individual is posing a risk of death or substantial bodily harm to the police or others. Otherwise, you stay away from the neck. So they're going to have someone come on that's going to suggest that this was appropriate. I do agree with Julie that this particular expert, I mean, he's not battle tested. He hadn't testified in a case of this magnitude before, and his testimony and the way it was communicated was a little underwhelming, even though the gravity of what he's saying is very important.
Well, I'll tell you, Jim and Julie, you make a good point. I mean, this is a witness that was brought in from the LAPD, and there was ample ground for Eric Nelson to try to strike at his credibility. And here's a portion of that. This is from yesterday.